Welcome back, guys, to Let's Play Metroid 2 Return of Samus for the original Game Boy. We just recently destroyed... Oh, whoa, 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 what am I doing? Whoa, whoa. Sorry about this. Anyway, last part we destroyed all the Metroids in the first area. Now we're going to head on to our second area. And hopefully have a good time. There's a heal beacon, as always. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, this music makes me tired. Because there's barely any music, to be exact. But don't worry, because the Tunnels theme should kick in very soon. Right about after this room, I'm pretty sure. It'll kick in. And we have a go! Yes! That's the only particular reason why you want to finish up the area sooner. Just to hear the tunnel theme. Ah. Good stuff. Aww. Sorry I was quiet during those moments, I was just smiling to myself. Such good stuff. If only if it lasted longer. And here we have some very interesting enemies, which you could do funky stuff with it. Basically, they can't really hurt you, but if you stand on them, they'll de-elevate, and for some reason, you actually go through these solid platforms. Though, fortunately, they can be destroyed. Okay, missile bag. Time to die. Yep, now we're heading on to Area 2 with more Metroids, more threats, more sort of blandish enemies considering they barely do anything, and then hover from side to side or in circles, and more or less music. Well, the treasure theme's okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Turn in 3, 2, 1. Yep. Basically, my strategy when I go through areas in this game, I typically go for power-ups first, and then I kill all the Metroids. But that's just me. If you want to be risky or bold or whatever, you can go after the Metroids first without... and stuff and get the power-ups later. I don't really care. Weirdest thing happened today. I was running for track today, and the coach said I had to run 5 miles, and it was scary stuff. Because typically I nearly die when I do 3 miles. But for some odd reason, I actually survived the whole way. Okay. Please die. Thank you. Yeah, it was very odd, and I couldn't believe myself. We'll be getting that missile later, much later, to be exact. Because right now we're heading to get some other stuff. For one, there's this. There we go. Nice. Nice and easy. We have recently got the Wave Beam, which is a much more useful than the original. Good stuff. Yeah, and I was actually planning to do like Castlevania Rebirth, or maybe record some Klonoa and stuff like that, but no. Apparently, my AV cords are hidden somewhere. I mean, the AV cords I need to hook up with like the splitter and such. So, recording off consoles is a no-go. You also get the high jump boots bleh, which was in the last game. Cool stuff. And back here, I believe we have one missile tank and one E-tank. E-tank is up here, yep, thought so. And of course, as you saw earlier, missile tank down here. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, if you couldn't tell, Metroid 2 is obviously the black sheep in the series, no doubt. Sort of like Mario 2 and Zelda 2. Apparently Nintendo and their 2s always end up being, well, black sheep for some reason. It's odd too. Like in the Mario 3-dimensional series, like collecting stars and such, Sunshine seems to be like the black sheep. Which is pretty funny, because that's like the second entry. It's weird stuff. Metroid Prime 2 was sort of black sheep in the Metroid Prime series, I guess. No, I mean, it handled as well as the other two, it's just it was more difficult and people didn't like that, and yada yada yada. Or something like that. I mean, it's not too difficult, but still. Also, I want to mention, the limited view that you have in this game is sort of, I don't like it. I mean, it sort of hinders your exploration, and, let's think, hinders your exploration, and, yeah, it's very inconvenient at times. And it's easy to get lost just because of this limited view. Really stinks. Okay, we're out of here. Next up, more scrap. Hoorays! Though I have to say this is an excellent bleh, Game Boy title, but still, it does have a lot of problems. I mean, compared to like Metroid 1, though it does fix a lot of stuff. I mean, it's more linear, which, Jesus Christ, the original was way unlinear. It was ridiculous. Missile door over here, which leads us to our next awesome power-up. Oh yeah, that reminds me. It's the only boss other than Metroid's in this game, and it's Arachnus. Yes. Which, defeating him, grants us the Spring Ball! A new entry in the power list in the game. Now this allows Samus to jump in her morph ball form, which does come useful in using the spider ball. Good stuff. Now we're going to take this leap of faith. Not really, though. And another leap of faith. To head down to the section. Underwater. Which doesn't really change any physics at all. Which is odd, but it's nice. Because we don't have to deal with any water gimmicks or whatever. Which is awesome, or gravity-defying water physics. Which begs the question, how is Samus doing all this without her gravity suit? Also, here's another Metroid. Come on, stay there. Good boy. Look how pathetic this is. Jesus. Anyway, here's probably the most well-hidden power-up ever. Look at that. How are you supposed to know that this area, that you could roll through that wall? You can't walk through it like in your normal walking pose. You have to roll through there. So you wouldn't know. Plus, you know, the game hasn't really told you about going through blocks yet, unless you found that secret passage in the beginning by accident. So, I mean, sort of douchey. Douchey of a missile placement. Also, I forgot to mention 10 missiles. You get 10 missiles from every missile pack. Who knew? Where's the power-up? It's down here. Blah, 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 blah. Jeez, look at all this stuff. There must be something good under here. And that there is, my friend. Because there is the Varia suit, which now, in this game, gives Samus her iconic shoulder pads. Yep, this is the first time ever. Cool stuff. Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, right now I'm using a new microphone, so hopefully that works out fine and dandy. As far as I've heard, it sounds okay, hopefully. I mean, my old headset was literally falling apart. When I mean falling apart, I mean like literally it, like the earpieces would come off and everything, where they're not supposed to. Scary stuff. Ow. We're moving through this area quite nicely. Now we're going to go into another similar Metroid breeding area. That's what I call it, at least. To destroy more Metroids, so hooray! Fun. Holy crap! Your Alpha Metroid evolved into a Gamma Metroid. Now it has the power of electric telekinesis crap and takes more missiles to kill. Unfortunately, it has lost it. It hasn't become more intelligent. It still has the same strategy of just trying to float towards you. So yeah, easy to dispose of. About to end the part, so next time we'll be taking on more Metroids. Hooray! Huzzah!